We're in free agency because I want you all to see my decision making and my strategies here, just to kind of figure out what we're going to be doing. First, as always, gotta tweet out the link. There we go. Alright. So, free agents, I have some decisions to make, and I'm not entirely sure where I want to go with this team just yet. But Natchez is a free agent for now. I think I want Suzuki to be my 3C permanently. 2, 3. So I definitely need another left winger and another right winger. Maybe like a third line right winger and a third-ish line left winger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. That's my defense, and then Drysdale is an extra. All right, goaltending's fine. Yeah, so I'm fine with losing Natchez. He was a 50-point player, but I really want Roach in that position. I want him to succeed, and I think that that's the best way to do it. So now I said I needed a third line left and right winger. Jesper Bratt seems like a perfect addition to this team. Capable of 40 to 50 points. I'm going to give him a 3-year, 2-year contract. And then I needed a right winger around that level. I don't really. There aren't any great ones here. Victor Olofsson here seems to be the best bet. Not sure how good he is, but he's definitely going to produce more than. Uh, well, maybe not. He might be like a little bit better than McLennan. He's a little more well rounded, so I think I'm okay with that. Two-way players, I don't have a ton of contract spaces. I was really just looking to see if there were any good prospects available, and there are two. DeMello, high top 6D. He is 21, but he is a 74 overall. And then this guy is a 68 overall player. Not too bad. Any other prospects available with potential? No. Um, I have to make some changes to my coaching staff. I know that. I have to hire a goalie coach because Tyler Bozak did not want to be a goalie coach anymore. Alright. This guy's Camille Parento. Her teaching is an A, which is really good. And then I don't actually know what I need for scouting. So I have 4 slots to fill in terms of scouting this year. Russia, that's a slot to fill. I definitely need another Scandinavian scout. QMJHL and USA. Okay. So Scandinavia, there's a B right there. That's good. USA, there's another B, so I was able to do a little better in the USA. And then the QMJHL. Not able to do very well in here, unfortunately, but that's fine. All right, let's see what happens. Trouba traded to Calgary, Mason Appleton to the Rangers. Ulevi traded to Detroit. All right, so I got my NHL goalie coach. For scouts, you can just kind of say screw it to the limit. For coaching, it's even though budgets are off, it's still on, which is really weird. I guess it's so you can't just sign the best coach like all the time, but yeah, for the most part, the coach's budget, like you can go a little over, but not too much over. So Olofsson and Bratt signed, so that gives the Canes a full roster for next season, which we needed. I think it's a better roster. We are your former Stanley Cup champs. Drysdale, if I were to get a pick for Drysdale, um, I would have done it. I would have just let him go to that offer sheet. I would have had him get offer sheeted. But unfortunately, I didn't get a pick, so I just had to match. Ryan Murray traded from Columbus to Detroit. Calgary trading Calle Jarnkrok and former Hurricanes prospect Chase Prisky. He's not in the game. I created Prisky as well. So, finishing up the off season, we're going to head into the 2026-2027 season pretty soon. Matthew Tkachuk traded from Calgary to Philadelphia. That's a huge trade. Interesting. Yeah, streaming a little earlier tonight because I don't know how late I'll be up because I worked a 7 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock shift. Also, the fact that Marian Hossa got into the Hall of Fame is a joke. Sorry. Not sorry. Okay. Ooh. Okay. It's fine. I do want Roach on the second line. Um. That takes away my three centers. Okay. Ugh. Who's scratched? Patrick Puistola. Puistola. Tiexala doesn't fit anywhere on that line. Puistola probably doesn't either. Excuse me, he doesn't. But he's an overall point better. I'm going to try and trade for a 3C. Most teams won't have one available, but that center depth is going to kill me. Raquel wouldn't be awful. He would only fit on forward line 2, though. So I'm going to have to say no to that. That's exclusively defense. That's also defense. Prospects. defense. Nope. Nope. I mean, it's Kevin Hayes. He'll be cheap. He'll be really cheap, actually. Do I have any like unsigned players that they'd be willing to take? Burrows. That's a good trade right there. They gotta say yes. Boom. All right. So Kevin Hayes is a Carolina Hurricane. We needed that. I hit the wrong button. My B. Yeah. I can't. Blake Murray. I'm sure he's a good player and all, but yeah, I need some help down the middle, and Hayes provides that. He's not the best fit for that line, but it's okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's actually good. Obviously, that third line is about the same as it was last year, but no, it's a little better, I think. It was Roach, who was 80, 86, and 84 overall Suzuki. Oh no, it's the same. It's just Hayes historically has been a. Oh wow, he wasn't an NHL player last season. We've given him a new chance. So yeah, cool stuff. Oh, I meant to check my defense. I only checked the forward lines. Defensively, we've got Hanifin and Goodrow, same deal. Bean and Fleury. Cheka, who's now up to an 82, which is really good. As well as Slavin. Made the right choice in keeping him around for another year, I think. So now, after that trade, I think we're finally ready to keep going, move on. Always going to be looking to improve the team, and I think, that prospect was never going to make it to the NHL with how good our center depth is. Yeah, so might be rough goings for the Canes for a little while this season while we get used to the new system, but I think it'll work out. Hayes is a solid player. Not a great preseason from the Canes here. I do need to make sure all my pro and amateur scouts are in the right spot. So USA West, Central, and Central. This guy needs to be in the East. Okay, yeah, and his scouting accuracy is an A+ in the East, so that's good. Liga and SHL, that's perfect, and I got QMJHL and Russia. So I have 2 really good Russian scouts. I'm excited for that. First game of the season against Washington at home, and it turns into a 5-2 win. There we go. I like that. We do lose 5-1 the next game, though. Not a whole lot of games this month for the Canes. It's a very slow start to the season. Got absolutely crushed in the second 2 games after that, and yeah, it's not close, unfortunately. I don't know what's wrong with the team. I don't know. Bean shockingly gets hurt again, as he always has. I mean, let's just try keeping it like this. Why not? See what happens. 3-2 win against the Rangers is good. Draft class rankings. We've already had 2 franchise players, but Bradley Rolston is a medium elite player. We're fairly certain of that. No gems so far. Bean is back. We're just going to roll with the best lines and see what that does for the team here. Edmonds out with an injured knee. That's not very good. Yeah, not a great start to the year. This might be another worst to first season. Hopefully. I mean, I don't know what else we could do, you know? Hampus Lindholm traded to Anaheim from Boston. Okay, folks. This isn't funny anymore. 3-8-0 is not where I envisioned the Canes to be after October. Yeah. I was hoping for a better record. I don't know what to do. I really don't. Like I've done everything I can to make sure that the team stays competitive and that, you know, we're doing well. Alright. We'll talk to you later. Yeah, I won't be streaming for too long. It'll probably just be a one season stream today. Alright, well, there's some wins. 4-game winning streak. Did get snapped with a loss against Dallas, but you know what? That's alright. Chayka out with a mild concussion now. He's not out for too long, which is good. Kubicek out with a concussion for Charlotte. He's out for quite some time, which is not good. Shootout win against the Caps. It's good. Chayka is back. We did lose to the Lightning in the shootout, but we're almost at 500 now, which is impressive to say the least, considering where we were at. Charlotte with another injury here. Lots of injuries for Charlotte this season so far. There's a win against Tampa and a win against Philly. Canes are above 500. Hanifin is out for a week, but he might only miss a couple of games. Canes win against Buffalo. Charlotte gets Strong back in the lineup. And yeah, Charlotte has some more players eligible to be dressed here. There's another win, making it 4 games in a row. Can we beat New Jersey to make it 5? Hanifin is back now. Yes, 5-game winning streak pushes the Canes over 500 to 14, 10, and 1. There's a trade offer, and the Canes make it 6 games in a row. Blake Murray out with a mild concussion in that game. New Central Scouting rankings. We know a little bit more about the draft here. Any gems or busts? 2, actually. A defenseman who is more than likely a defensive defenseman, even though it says enforcer. And then a left winger. And we'll get a potential in comparison on both of those players. That scouting report might be ready by the January rankings. Our winning streak got snapped against New York, but we did win against Pittsburgh the next time we played. So Canes, 3rd in the division now after a brief slump to the season. The Stanley Cup champs are in a playoff spot in the division. Teams are close behind, though. The Islanders are only 3 points out. So every game against the Islanders is important. Christian Jacobs, our backup goaltender, is out with a broken hand for quite some time. Canes and Cannons is our starter, so it's not going to be too much of a big deal. But it still is unfortunate because we have to go with a worse backup in net. Alright. Come on, Canes. Beat the Rangers. We beat the Rangers but lost to the Blue Jackets Islanders big game here. Canes lose, so they give up an important 2 points, and the Islanders take over third in the division now. I think if you can beat enough of the Atlantic Conference team, or yeah, the Atlantic Division teams, then you can start to maybe take some points away from them and creep into a wild card spot if you have to. But ideally, I wouldn't have to do that. I feel like the Canes just need to start winning freaking games. Oh my god. Is it because we have a backup goalie in? Is it because we have the AHL goalie in? I wonder. Like, I'm actually curious. Aho's killing it. Seems like offensively we're struggling too, but we're allowing an awful lot of goals. Okay. No, I want Edmonds on the fourth line. Huh. Well, who's hurt then? Both Tiaxola and Puistola are out. Huh. Well, let's see if that fixes anything. I doubt it will, but you know what? It's fine. Special teams on the power play: Trevor, Aho, Teravainen, Bean, Svechnikov, Suzuki, Roach, Bratt, Bach, Hanifin. We're missing nobody, actually. Huh. Oh, is Roach actually our starter? Canes and Cannons, and then Pablo Tokarski here. What a name. Alright, let's see. The Canes are 2-8-0 in their last 10 games, which is not good. Hopefully we can turn it around for the rest of this month, because we've fallen 8 points out of a playoff spot now. Canes need a strong second half of the season to even be considered for a playoff spot. They're actually down to 5th in the division now. Trubarov is back for Charlotte, which is good news, I guess. Loss to Pittsburgh is not good, and a loss to the Islanders the next night is even worse. Jacobs is back, so that's exciting. We're 4th in the division now, unfortunately, so are 2 other teams. McCallum out with a bruised hand for the Checkers. Yeah, we're going to have to start. My goodness. That's so weird. I probably shouldn't have gotten rid of Natchez and just kept the line. I should have kept the team where we were at, but I was trying to improve, and I don't think I really helped. So 2 Russian gems this year and 1 from Liga. We didn't... Stefan Zibanejad, you really did not scout my man here. Like, you didn't get anything. We know this guy's a low top 6 forward. I'm assuming this guy is going to be the same. This guy, it's anybody's guess. But yeah, the Canes not doing well heading into the All-Star break. Like 12 points out of a playoff spot. I'm not going to bother trading for anybody else. I think it's safe to call this season a loss. Like, something miraculous could happen. Fleury is out with a sore foot. Sometimes all it takes is an injury, and then your team, bam, your team like finds a way to make it to the playoffs. But it's not looking good. But so we're just gonna sim the last half of the season here, a little less than half, last third of the season, and just roll with whatever's coming next, I guess. Joel Eriksson Ek traded to Anaheim from Edmonton. Pittsburgh trades Kasha and Hickey. They don't really get any worse there. Fleury is available to play in the team's next game, which is great, I guess. We won 3 games when he was out of the lineup. Edmonton firing their head coach. Canes have not beaten Pittsburgh once this season, and they're freaking awful. There's a shootout loss. Surprise, surprise. The Canes lose again. Another loss. So that 3-game win streak we had just got erased. The Islanders get Jordan Kyrou, so that sucks for the Canes. What little playoff hopes we had left have been dashed. Yeah, the Islanders, second in the division. The Canes are 14 points out of the playoffs. Yeah, it's not going to happen this year. That's alright. We'll get our top 10 pick and be happy with it. It'll probably be like 8th overall or something. Washington does trade Athanasiou. Anaheim is loading up this year. We do play the Caps once more. Eric Holla traded to Tampa. At least once more. Waugh traded to Arizona from Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh gets a little worse, and I guarantee you we're still not going to win. Hedman traded from Ottawa to Buffalo. That's a huge deal. Hedman's a little older in this game, but still. Canes give up a point to the Flyers. Can't beat the Rangers. Yeah, it's a bad season, man. Disappointing, too, because, you know, we really have a good roster. We just can't do anything with it. It's a good thing that Pittsburgh Penguins are so terrible this year. Like, otherwise, you know, we'd be last in the division. But there we go. Coming in. This is the post-trade deadline push for the Canes to make sure that we don't get a lottery pick. It's gonna happen too. Like we're gonna make a push. We're gonna barely miss the playoffs, and then we're gonna pick 12th or 13th. It's gonna happen. Okay, so we're still scouting both the gems, but we do know that there's also a bust in this draft. Yeah. Basically, the Islanders have to lose out, and you have to win all your other games, but stranger things have happened. Jake Bean has been out for a long-ass time. Maybe that's why we weren't doing well. No, because I feel like he was out already. But the Canes, like I said, are out of a playoff spot. But if they win against Buffalo... Nah, the regular season was complete. I mean, I think we finished above 500. We probably did. We won a lot of games. 41, 34, and 7. Again, not a terrible record, but we didn't make the playoffs. Finished 5th in the division with 89 points. In the Atlantic, so we basically would have had to have... How many points do we have? 89. We would have had to have 5 more points. So that's doable. Take a couple of those overtime losses. Maybe convert a regulation loss or two to the, you know, to a win, or even get that game to overtime, you know, and you got a chance. But unfortunately, the Canes can't get it done. We'll take a look at the points and see how bad it was. Aho led the team with 95 points, 75, 69, 64, 59, and then it just drops off. Okay, well, offensive depth is still an issue despite the Canes having a strong offense. So I don't know what to do anymore, man. I give up. But the AHL regular season is complete. Charlotte is a playoff team, playing against Bridgeport in the Calder Cup playoffs. We'll sim to a game 5 if there needs to be one. Calle Sundin is back for Charlotte. Loss in game 1, a loss in game 2, and the Checkers get swept. Well, that was brief, but it's good to see Charlotte making the playoffs still, but unfortunately, losing in the first round is not great. May Central Scouting rankings. These are probably the last like meaningful ones where we might find something. Oh, look at that. Here's where the Canes will be picking. Oh, didn't mean to hit that. Meant to hit this. 4 gems in this draft. We know that low top 4D, low top 6, 2 low top 6 forwards, and a potential low elite. More than likely a low top 6 forward though, so not really any gems. Just some players that have like an okay chance. Anaheim, after loading up all season, wins the Stanley Cup. Rochester is going to win the Calder. The Hurricanes are picking 14th instead of 13th this year. Oh boy. Still 4 gems in the draft, and we don't know any more about Jace Torres. Retired players. Yay. Okay. Cool. Alright. Chris Tanev is now a coach or a scout. I can't remember which one it was, and I need to hire a new... He's now a coach. I need to hire a new coach for my Checkers. Don't know what kind of coach, but a new coach. Anaheim versus Buffalo series. Patrick won the Art Ross and Hart. Chris Miracle won the Conn Smythe. Congrats to him. Kane Stats winning the Vezina and William M. Jennings this year. Honka won the Masterton. That's funny. Wade won the Selke. And Patrick Cunningham won the Ted Lindsay. Oh, and the Rocket Richard. So we've had a Rocket Richard winner every year for a while now. So the draft, the 2027 draft. Pick 14. The Canes have options here. There was a player who was labeled as a bust. It's Gamache here. I don't want to take any defensive defensemen though, but it seems like that's my best bet. Bjorn Pohl. Fine, we'll pick him. Hopefully he's not medium top 6. Medium top 4 defensive defenseman's pretty good. Where's he coming from? The SHL. Yeah, we'll probably just sign him. Let him play in the AHL for a year. 45th overall, the Hurricanes can pick a right winger, Lubomir Orsach here. I'm not going to bother actually trying to pronounce that. Kuznetsov comparison's really good. He's a playmaker though, which is kind of odd, but that's a good pick. 60 overall is solid, and the medium top 6 forward potential. Top 6 forward potential is good. The Canes have options here. I think I'm going to go with Jared Pensick here. Don't know anything about him. Low top 6 forward, 64 overall. That ends up being a pretty good 3rd round pick. Our next 3rd round pick. And the Canes are picking once again. Hannu Tuomanen. He is a gem, so I'll just pick him up. 65 overall is pretty solid. There's a medium elite left winger here. He is a 2-way forward, so probably not the best in terms of offense, but he has really good senses. His skating is aight. Puck skills and shooting are really good. It's honestly kind of crazy that he fell this far. So we'll sign him. 68 overall out of the draft, and we get him in the 4th round. Insane. Here's another pick. It's the 5th round. A low elite defenseman is really good. He's not great. His physical, defense, and skating are really bad. Nothing about this prospect really stands out. He's a 53 overall, but again, low elite. That's a solid pick. 6th round here. We've kind of had some picks, like home run types of picks, like handed to us. There's 3 possible low elite players. Yeah, Jace Torres here. I think we can pick him. I've already picked a lot of defensive defensemen in this draft, but I'm going to pick Jermaine Talixon. He's a bit of a weaker prospect, but plenty of prospects still available in this draft. And we have Jace Torres here, who we're going to pick. Low elite defensive defenseman. This was an excellent draft for the Canes. Even though they, we didn't get like a top forward, I don't think. Orzhov might be pretty decent. Our first round pick is a really solid prospect. I just, so it's not my head coach. Oh, so it's an assistant coach for the AHL, which is fine. And my NHL associate coach wants to become a head coach. I'm just going to offer him more money to be an assistant or an associate. Scouting now. I have a handful of scouts who need to be signed. Kelvin Kobasu, Brody Burgundy. I'm not going to list their names. Okay. So yeah, we'll just sign all of these scouts that need to be signed. There's really no reason to hire a new NHL scout. Extraliga, that's fine. I can actually do better in the OHL, so I'm going to actually make one scouting change this year. Alright, the best forward free agent is Suzuki. Jake Bean is the best overall free agent. This past season, Suzuki had 49 points. That's a decent value. Landon McCallum here we're definitely signing because he'll be on the roster next year. Murray is good injury depth. Strong. You know what? I wish I could have said goodbye to Murray, because I'm just going to sign both of these prospects, the low elite and the medium top 6 forward. So we're going to say goodbye to Strong, but at 24 I don't think he's worth signing and bringing back. Puistola hasn't played in a few years, so Kalle Sundin is going to sign, and then I'm going to sign Jansen here. Pitlick was in the AHL, and I think I'm going to keep him unsigned and just sign Jansen here. Same with Tiexela. He doesn't fit the system all that well. Shubarov I'll sign and qualify. That's really it, though. On defense, I think I can do better than Slavin. I'm gonna sign Bean. Gonna give Cheka a new contract because I think he can improve a little bit. I'll qualify you. Nah. And I'll qualify you. Goaltending, Jacobs doesn't want to sign. I'm gonna do a sign and trade with this player. Try and get some decent value for Tokarski here. I'll just offer him enough money so that he wants to stay. Jacobs, I'm just qualifying so I have the insurance in case one of them says no and I just forget to go back and do it. We're gonna do that. Yep. Okay. And so we'll go to unsigned now. I have another medium elite prospect just in the wings anyways. So Bomick here has turned into a decent player, a medium elite center that is a playmaker who was a 3rd round pick. We'll go ahead and sign him, as well as Pohl, because there's no point in leaving Pohl to play in the SHL. Might as well get him some AHL time. He's already good enough to fit there. Other players from the next draft that'll sign, both of these prospects will likely sign, as well as Stempniak for sure. Pearson probably. That's probably it though. I am gonna go ahead and sign Samsonov. There's no point in leaving him in the AHL or in whatever league he's playing in. He's 21. Might as well try and get him a few more overall points before we get to 22. So that should be it for free agency. Okay, so Elenick wanted to stay in the AHL. My associate coach did not. Neither did my NHL associate coach. Here's all the scouts. I'll have a full roster. Shoot, that means I just have to say goodbye to some players. I have to release the RFAs that I didn't want to sign. So I'm definitely trying to sign him and Hagos here. And then it was the unsigned prospects. I think I only had a few. So Pole, Bomick, and that's it. Okay. That should have been enough. Let's see. Here's the rest of the scouts. Okay, yeah, so that was enough. Murray and Kubicek signed. That's good. So, yeah. I need to make a couple coaching changes, and maybe that'll help a little bit. For the NHL to get a better associate coach. This guy has really good teaching. We'll offer him a lot of money to be our associate coach, and then I need AHL associates and assistants. I'd rather have this guy. He's a generalist. So let's get the AHL associate and then an assistant coach. And we'll get this guy because his teaching is a B. So yeah. Hire scouts. I just need to hire the one, and it's in the OHL. Oh gosh. Probably gonna have to stick with the same dude then. Looks to be the case. This guy has a B and a B minus, and only one C minus, so he seems to be the better scout. Oh, Kimberly, that's a she, for sure. Okay, so now let's try and improve the team. The NHL team has seen quite a bit of change. Centers, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna trade Hayes to Anaheim. I know they were the Cup champs. Oh, congrats to JT on a Cup. Just get Hayes for a 3rd round pick. That's fine. I don't care. Yeah, I don't actually care. Because I want McCallum to play, and I think McCallum will end up being better in the long run anyways. Left wingers, I need one more for sure. Right wingers also need one more. Defense, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could use a good defenseman, so I need to sign a good left wing, a good right wing, and then a good defenseman. Don't want Drew Doughty though, because he's older. I kind of want a defenseman that's younger. Let's do it. So I need a decent left winger. Josh Hosang. Perfect. Just for a year. Let's not get too crazy. Left wing. Hoffman's old. Foot. I don't feel like Foot is very good offensively, but let's get him for 2 years just in case he isn't. Prospects. I don't actually have room to add any. I'm just really taking a look. There's really not any good ones there. Okay, we'll advance and see what happens. So I got my NHL associate coach and the AHL assistant. And my AHL. So coaching is done. Front office is totally done with the signing of that scout. Got Nolan Foote. Josefson has accepted the qualifying offer. Hosang has accepted my offer. So my team is pretty much done. Arizona gets Drake Batherson. Ottawa gets a first and some prospects. Artemi Panarin traded to Winnipeg. The Hurricanes have officially gotten that offer sheet, and a first and third round pick are heading to LA. They just want more, don't they? Alright, well, we'll sim to next season. I think helping the defense get a little better and younger, too, is going to be good for the Canes. So, yeah. Julien Gauthier traded from Montreal to Nashville. Okay, that's some weird trade block. I don't actually want to trade him either. Alright. We'll at least start the next season. I'm not sure if I'll be able to play. Carter Metz traded to Washington. Tyson Jost heading to Philly. Oh, man. Jusuf Valimaki traded from Calgary to Arizona. Big trades here, huh? Linus Nassen traded to Minnesota. Congrats to Nino on the Stanley Cup. Tampa getting Dylan Dubé. Linus Nassen and Nino Niederreiter flipped to Colorado. That's some good work from Minnesota's GM right there, especially if they got more value for both players. Alright, folks. Here we go. New season. Alright. Alright, well, shoot. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. He doesn't fit the team anymore. He's my interim NHL head coach. He doesn't fit the team at all, which is why I have to hire a new head coach. I just want a coach who fits the team really well. I'm not like 100% sure that I'll find it. Do none of these coaches fit my damn team? Brent Burns is a 58%. Okay, I'm not looking to splurge here. Wow, none of these coaches really fit my team. This guy's the best at 61. Seth Jones traded to Ottawa. Alright, so I have a new head coach who fits the team a little better, I think. Well, the first line is already a positive. Nope. Mm-hmm. Trevor, why don't you fit any lines? Okay, fine. We'll go with that. Okay, no, that still makes the fourth line worse. It's better. Defensively, it's better. Okay. I'm cool with it. Let's see what happens. We'll just try simming to February 1st. I'll see how long I can go. Alright, we're good. Suzuki is already out with a mild concussion. Okay. And he's back. Yeah, we'll just see what happens with rolling the best lines. I don't know anymore, man. I've given up trying to understand. It might just be possible that I need to overhaul this team and say goodbye to a few players. Prince is allegedly going to be the first overall pick. Probably not a franchise player, just judging by the looks of things here. No gems so far. Alright, we're doing alright. I'm so hungry. Bomek out with a mild concussion. It's a better record than where we were at last time. Well, not anymore, but Roach out with a mild concussion. Uh-oh. Oh, we tried. Now he's back. Cool. Yeah, I think if we have another slow start, it's fine. Eventually, I want to stop having a slow season, like a slow start to the year, but I'll take what I can get. Once again, Jacobs got hurt. Getting real tired of that man getting hurt. Anyways, we got the December draft rankings, and we still don't know anything about the guy projected to go first. It seems like a weaker draft class, though. Yes, Brat is out with a concussion now. Alright. Just barely above 500. Bratt is back, and now the Canes are starting to win more games and push their way higher into the standings here. Still have to beat a lot of the Metropolitan Division teams you play. Yeah. Josefsson is out with an injury, but the Canes have won 2 straight now, including a shutout, 3 straight, 4 straight. No trade offers in a while. That's the point, actually. 4 straight wins here. 5 straight with a 7-0 win over the Blues. 6 straight. Beating the Rangers is huge too because they are ahead of us. I believe that's our 7th straight win. We do lose against the Oilers, though, to end that win streak. Now we have the draft rankings. Yeah, medium elite center projected to the top. Pick. Here we go. A gem, though. A center that's 19, Jacob Kazanov. Alright, medium elite. He might have been a gem in last year's draft, too. I'm not entirely sure. The Canes with 2 straight wins, a shutout over the Flames, and then another one. Alex DeBrincat heading to Buffalo is a huge trade. That's a bad trade. Columbus has fired Derek Smithson, their head coach. So 29, 17, and 4. It does look like it was a slow start. With this record, I feel more comfortable simming to the last game of the season. There we go. Another win against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has kind of struggled, definitely, lately, but, you know. Luke Kunin traded to Colorado from New Jersey. So, yeah. Honestly, I'm very happy with the team's performance, which I haven't been able to see or to say since we won the cup. But even that season, I wasn't satisfied with the team's performance. If I recall correctly, we like barely snuck in the playoffs. I think we were a wild card team, or like third in the division, but barely. So you know, it's nice to have a little more pride in your team this season. I will say that. It's nice feeling happy about the team. Tampa getting Tyler Toffoli. He's got to be pretty old at this point in this game. Florida is a team that I think we should beat. Nick Suzuki traded to Chicago along with Josh Brook. Montreal getting Robin Leonard. That seems like a good trade for Montreal. At least for this season, you know. So I like it that we've lost games. Evan Stancil traded to Dallas. Created player. I like it that After we've lost a game this month, we've come back with a win the very next game. I like that. In both instances, that's happened. It hasn't happened often. We lost to the Oilers, won against the Wild, lost to the Rangers, and now we've won 3 straight. So, we're getting there. Darnell Nurse traded to Tampa along with Lawrence Pilot. Fred Roach out with a mild concussion. Canes did shut out the Jets, though. We've now won 5 straight. Let's go ahead and make it 6 with that 2-1 win against Boston. Urso out with a bruised arm, so it's good that he's playing, though. I was a little worried that he wouldn't. Again, a loss and then a win immediately the next night. You love to see it. Canes with another win against Dallas. Two straight OT losses. I mean, at least we got points. And then a loss to Pittsburgh, so a regulation loss here. Our first one in a little bit. Draft class. It seems like we're starting to know more about the draft class, especially the top end. We do know that there's a medium top 4 defenseman in the middle of the second round and a possible medium elite center late in the 4th. Let's figure out if that's actually true, because if that's true, that's huge. He is a two-way forward, which isn't great, but, you know. Arizona firing Jalen Drury, their head coach, so it's not Jack Drury. He did win the Jack Adams a few years ago. So kind of interesting how that works out. Another loss to the Caps. Timothy Upshaw out for Charlotte. Yeah, we've lost 4 straight now. We are a playoff team officially. We have clinched the playoffs, or a playoff spot. Timothy Upshaw is back. Canes with another win against Philly. We have clinched the division title. More than likely will not win, but we are playing just kind of a stat padding game here against Columbus. Columbus scoring first with Dubois scoring. Bach adds a goal. Svech and Aho scoring. OT, no goals, so that is your score. 4-3 with Trevor winning the game in the shootout. So the Canes get 2 extra points. Obviously clinched the division. Really was kind of a meaningless 2 points there because we didn't come even close to clinching the conference. My goodness. Yeah, the Sabres kind of decimated the league this year. Aho, though, finished with 101 points. Charlotte has a pretty big loss there with an MCL sprain to Dembski. And it's going to be Canes versus Panthers. Let's take a look at scoring. Obviously, Aho did really well here. And that's it, though. It's kind of crazy. Svech with 73 points. I mean, that's almost a 30-point drop-off between Aho and Svech. Bach with a decent season, and it just drops off. It looks like the defense was just better this year. And the goaltending, and then perhaps the Canes just, you know... I mean, they had a lot of 40-point scorers, so, I mean, we're not like the highest scoring team in the league. Jacobs didn't even do all that well, so I don't know. Yeah, alright, I mean, the Canes, we clinched the division. I don't care about anything else. You know, we did really well. I didn't want to play the game, I wanted to simulate the game. Cool, we made the playoffs. I'm happy about it. First period, Borgstrom gets the Panthers on the board with a power play goal. Canes scoring once with Josefsson scoring their first goal of the playoffs. No score in the third, so the Panthers walk away with a 3-1 win. Fairly disappointing effort in Game 1 for the Canes. Uninspiring, I'd say. Moving on to Game 2, though, it's a new day. Yes, it is. No score in the first. Second period, tie game. Ryan Suzuki scoring. And third period, no score. So we're heading on to OT. Canes with a very big edge offensively, slight edge defensively, and then a pretty big edge in terms of goaltending. All right. So Aho gets the puck on a turnover. Hanifin gives it back to Aho, who's going to enter the zone, take it out to the circles. Hanifin, shot. Oh, what a save on the back door. Bach with a shot now. Aho with a great stick lift. Svatch misses the net. Aho with the puck. Gets it to Michael Goodrow. Back to Dominic Bach. Ekblad gets the puck on the turnover. 2-on-1 come the other way. Canes recover, though. Great hustle by Michael Goodrow. And nothing doing there. Hanifin gets the puck to Michael Goodrow, who gets laid out by Sasha Barkov. Great defense, though. Tie up in front. Teravainen with the puck now. Takes the puck off in the offensive zone. Can't do anything with it. Number 18 for the Panthers with the puck now is looking for a move. Doesn't really have a pass. And great defense by Jake Bean there to get it to Ryan Suzuki and cause a turnover. Suzuki with the puck gets it to Ho-Sang. Ho-Sang back to Josefsson. Shot. Save. Another one on Ho-Sang. Panthers coming the other way. Takes it to the outside. It's shot. Blocked. Stanley with it to Rikula, to Johnson, to Kempe. Stanley, shot, save. Bean to Suzuki. Trevor with the puck now on his stick. He's going to take the puck. Give it to Josefsson. Shot, another backdoor play won't go. Teravainen this time. Shot, save. Shot, Suzuki, and another save. My goodness. Opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. The Hurricanes can't get it done. Third line's out for both teams here. Canes lose the faceoff. It's Cameron Bass who's the goaltender. That explains it. He's a creative player. That's why he's doing so well. Shot, save. Jacob Fleury. I don't remember which goalie is in net for the Canes, though. Roach. Fred Roach with the puck. Shot. Missed the net. Fleury with it. Trevor back to Fleury. Gets it to Roach. Back to Fleury. Shot. Save Cameron. Roslovic with the puck now. Roslovic, I think is how you say it. Fleury. Gets it to Chayka, back to Fleury, good play. Trevor up to Svechnikov, who can't quite get the puck to go otherwise. That would have been a phenomenal move. Ekblad can't either. Fleury to Chayka. Up to Svech. Svech with the puck, enters the offensive zone, immediately dishes to Aho. Aho was going 1-on-3 there. Trevor with the shot. Svech has it. Trevor with the puck to Michael Goodrow. Shot. Save, another save. Edmondson with the puck. Tyler Benson with it now. Benson, what a play. Svechnikov coming in out of nowhere to break up that play. Hanifin to Svechnikov. Svech with the puck. Goodrow, shot, save, scores! Carolina, it's Sebastian Aho, the captain, wins the game for the Canes in overtime. Here it comes. Canes with some great puck movement here. It's going to be Svechnikov getting the puck. Michael Goodrow shooting it. It's blocked. And then on the rebound, Aho puts the puck in the net. So it's going to be Aho from Goodrow and Svechnikov. Big win for the Canes there. Tying up the series. A very low-scoring series so far. Both teams have a good goaltending core and good defense. And no players for the Canes have multi-point games, which is crazy. First period, no score. Second period, Canes get the goal thanks to Michael Goodrow. Third period, Canes win. Foote and Aho score, so Foote will get the game winner. Michael Goodrow having a great series so far. Obviously getting an assist on the OT winner in game 2. It's going to be a rematch of last series, Charlotte versus Bridgeport, or last season, Charlotte versus Bridgeport. Game 3, Canes with 4 goals in the first period. Spatch, Aho, Hannafin, and Roach. Second period, Teravainen adds a power play goal. Third period, Trevor and Svechnikov score. That's a good way to get it going. That was definitely a good game for Svech, and we kind of needed that to happen there. Moving on to game 5, excuse me, this is game 5. Bolmik scoring first for Florida. Second period, Aho and Teravainen score. Third period, Canes lose. So there will be a game 6. And yeah. Game 6 coming up now. Canes and Panthers. Alright, first period. Canes taking the lead. Bach, Suzuki, and Hannafin all scoring on the power play. Second period, all Hurricanes. Roach, Svechnikov, Josefsson, Hannafin, and Svechnikov. Third period, Bach adds a power play goal. That is a surefire way to show that you want to win. The Canes, you know what? They needed that win. All their offense came out in 2 of their wins, which is good. Game 1 of the second round, Canes and Rangers. Suzuki scoring, Henman getting the revenge goal against his former team. No score in the second. Third period, Rangers win after Aho gets another goal. Moving on to game 2, obviously not the result in game 1 that the Hurricanes wanted. Charlotte advancing to the second round, though. First period, game 2, Aho with another power play goal. Second period, Foote, Michaels, and Teravainen scoring. No score in the third period, so the Canes once again tie the series in game 2. Charlotte is playing Lehigh Valley. Calle Sundin with 5 points in his team's 3-game sweep of Bridgeport. Game 3. Canes and Rangers. Foote and Michaels score for the Canes. Second period, Hosang gets another goal. Third period, Teravainen gets a power play goal. Canes win 4-2. Let's just see what's going on with Charlotte now. Sundin. Charlotte won 5-1. Hell yeah, Charlotte. And they lost 2-1 in the next game. Sundin still leading the team, although he has no points in the team's first 2 games. No score after 1. Second period, Kakko scores. Third period, Canes get shut out. Kakko with another goal. So the series is once again tied. The Checkers lost game 2. Sundin, the team's leader in points, has 0 points through the team's first 3 games that series. Not good. Game 5, Roach with a big goal in the first period. Mason Appleton scores. No score in the second. The Canes fall to the Rangers, and the series is at 3-2 Rangers. So the Canes need a big game 6 here to tie the series up and force a game 7. First period, Buchnevich scoring for the Rangers. Second period, Aho gets a power play goal. No score in the third. We're heading to overtime. Canes and Rangers. Here we go. Yeah, Canes need to win this game, obviously. It's a tough one. Aho loses the face-off. Capo Caco with the puck. Kieran Lang had it. Noah Hannafin on the turnover. Svechnikov gets it to Bach. To Aho. Turned it over. Bach had it again. Missed the net on the shot. Aho shot. Bach hit the post. Oh my. Bach has to bury that. Bach tried to shoot it off the face-off. Great stick lift by Svechnikov. Aho with it now. Bach back to Michael Goodrow. Bumped off the puck. Kieran Lang has it now. Goodrow's defending him. Great defensive play on the deke. Teravainen up to Suzuki. Suzuki got it to Hannafin. Shot. Save Shesterkin. Second line still out for the Canes. First line has been out this whole time for the Rangers. Suzuki loses the face-off. Kako with the puck now. Capo Caco takes it out wide. Michael Goodrow with another good defensive... Nope, it was a penalty. Just kidding. Appleton shot, and the Canes are going on the penalty kill. That was a soft call. But the Canes lose their top defenseman, at least their defensive defenseman. So it's Trevor and Roach out on the ice for the penalty kill. Honestly, that's a pretty good PK unit. Buchnevich with it here to Strome. Back to Buchnevich. Aaltonen with it. Kasha turned the puck over briefly. Buchnevich, I think it was blocked in front. Canes trying to get the puck out. They cannot. Buchnevich with the puck to Strome. Shot. Blocked. Appleton shot. Another save. And it's 4-on-4. The Canes draw a penalty. Who's that into the box? Let's take a look at this. Yep, he tripped Hannafin right out in front. So Mason Appleton, who kind of looks like Morgan Geekie a little bit, heading to the box. So it's Svech and Aho out on the ice for the Canes against Kako and Strome. Aho wins it back cleanly to Fleury. Takes it behind the net. Fleury behind the net. Shot. Svechnikov, another great save. May have hit the post. Kako up to Strome. Shot. Great save. Canes are going to hold on. Here's the shot by Svech. No, that's just a stick save. Great save. Okay, I'm not sure. They weren't calling me. Some great back and forth action here. Scores! Carolina wins it! Svechnikov! Take a look at this puck movement on the shift here. Obviously, you know, the Canes just kind of passing the puck around a lot. It's going to start with the Svechnikov zone entry. Josefson, Hannafin, Josefson, Hannafin, Josefson, Hannafin. A lot of back and forth here. Hannafin to Aho. So it's going to be Svechnikov from Aho and Hannafin. Look at this play. Aho with a great pass just before he gets leveled by the Rangers defender Ian McCoshen. A phenomenal saucer pass. Svech puts the puck in the net. Canes force game 7. So here we go. Game 7 coming up. I guess we can see how the Checkers are doing. Was that No, they had won their last game, and Sundin had 2 points in that game. So he finally factors in next game. So Charlotte is down 3-2 in their series, needing a big game 6. Canes and Rangers. First period, Suzuki gets a goal, 2-1 Rangers. Second period, Cheka and Fleury score. Third period, tie game. Roach and Svechnikov with 2 goals. Svech ties it with 1 second left in game 7. You cannot ask for more drama than that. The Carolina Hurricanes have tied game 7 with 1 second remaining. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. They have to win this game now. Think about the momentum you have now. Home crowd is into it. Nate just lost the face-off. Michael Goodrow with it now. Shot! Save Shesterkin. He's going to cover it up. Great play by Michael Goodrow there. Aho in the top 10 in goals. Shesterkin 31 saves in this game. Aho wins it back cleanly. Michael Goodrow with the puck. Gonna do it all himself. Hanifin shot through a screen. Great save, Shesterkin. Would have maybe considered putting that shot just a little wider, but it's fine. Same lines out for the Canes. And Rangers, actually. Aho loses the face-off on the tie-up. Lang gets it to Kakko. Kakko with the puck. Gets it to Kieran Lang. Kieran Lang with the puck. Again, Nate just shot it wide. Kakko with it. Shot. Blocked by Aho. Svechnikov with it now. Enters the offensive zone. And dumps the puck in. What a hit by Dominic Bach. Canes were getting a partial line change going. Now the Rangers try it. Adam Fox with the puck. Kakko scores. Canes' season is over. So the Rangers advance thanks to a 7-6 victory. The Canes made it close. Obviously tying that game with a second left. But unfortunately, unfortunately, can't do anything about it. Canes lose in game 7, and overall, good season. Disappointed with the results, but I am happy to make it back into the playoffs. I'm also very happy that we won't have to worry about a lottery pick this year. So we know that this guy's a medium top 6 forward. He is an overage player. Hanu Niittymaki is a new player, though, so we'll get a potential and comparison scouting report going on him. We made the playoffs after missing the playoffs in the last year, winning the division, actually, and then we lost in the second round in Game 7 to the Rangers. Buffalo winning the Stanley Cup. Congrats to them. Columbus getting 1st overall and 11th. Yeah, not too much. This is the last season. I got in another season because we lost in the first round, or we didn't make the playoffs last year, so I was able to get another round going, but unfortunately, we lost in the second round. So once again, you're coming in at the end of things, you know? I am going to need to hire 2 new coaches next year for the NHL team, and then I believe I saw a coach for the AHL as well. I did, okay. So yeah, awards. We'll take a look. Buffalo winning the Cup and the President's Trophy. It was a Colorado versus Buffalo final. Patrick winning the Hart and Art Ross. More like the Hart Ross. Connor Tuna winning the Norris. Eichel won the Conn Smythe. Patrick winning the Ted Lindsay and the Rocket Richard for the 3rd year in a row. It's his 2nd straight Ted Lindsay as well. We'll go ahead and do the draft. We obviously don't have a first or third round pick in this draft because we offer sheeted a defenseman to try and get something in the lineup here. Tommy Darling. Dan Hamhuis comparison. He seems to be the best player available. My scouts really like him. Medium top 6D. Okay. We do have one third round pick. I guess we got it in a trade of some sorts. Jeez. There's a right winger, Jared Noonan. I'm going to pick him. Low top 6 forward. That's pretty good. He is a grinder, though, which kind of sucks. Next pick in the draft is 110th overall. Alright. This wasn't like the deepest draft. Junior Smits is a low elite player, but unfortunately he's not very good. So I'm probably going to pass up on him. Marco, a left winger, a two-way forward. He's 18 and everything about him is not very good. But we're going to pick him and hope that he develops into something. He is a medium top 6 forward, so there's a good chance that that'll happen. There is another gem, but he's projected to go way later in the draft. So I have a 7th round pick, and I'll just pick him with the 7th round pick that I have. Yeah, we'll try and pick Antoine Dubois here. Low top 9 forward, not great. Okay. Petterstrom, Jesper Petterstrom. Low top 6D, that's a bad pick. Okay. Well, pick 211. This is our last pick in the draft. This draft hasn't been great, but I mean, we didn't have a first round pick, so it can't be that great. Niittymaki, low elite, okay. He's 18, so again getting a solid player with that pick, but yeah. Genza and Niittymaki may end up being the best players from this draft. Okay. We'll sim to the re-sign phase. I have a few scouts with expiring contracts on this team, including one of my best Russian scouts, the one who always finds gems, which is really nice. A WHL scout. One of my NHL scouts. My good DEL scout. And that's it. Okay. So every scout is getting re-signed. As far as my coaching staff is concerned, I am going to need a new associate and assistant coach, as well as a new goalie coach. I did hire a new coach. I fired my old coach, which I think really helped, because he wasn't a good fit for this team. This guy's not like a great fit for the team, but he makes it work. Alright, unsigned prospects. Wow! 81 overall. Definitely going to sign this guy. He's a left winger. He's a sniper, so he'll add some goal scoring to a roster that desperately needs it. That's really nice. Other than that, all 3 of these prospects will probably sign. Probably this guy too, I'd imagine. So, good draft. Really good draft, because I already got an NHL player. So, left wingers, I'm going to go ahead and release Jesper Bratt, because there is no point in not playing this guy next year. Other than that, that's going to do it for this time. We're going to save all that for next time. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.